The Zerg vs Terran matchup changed a lot the last 2 months. The game basically switched from marine, tank, medevac to a lot of mech. How do pro players like LiquidSheth deal with this? In this video we take a look at his build order in Zerg vs Terran. Hello everyone, my name is Lowko, and this time it's time for another StarCraft II Study episode. This time we are going to look at Zerg vs Terran, and we are going to check out how LiquidSheth plays this matchup. And to be honest, this is a really hard matchup at the moment. I know a lot of people find it relatively easy, but at the moment the game changed a lot. I took a little bit of a break for StarCraft II. Because of Guild Wars 2, and I come back and all of a sudden I see all those Terran players doing all those weird openers, such as like Hellions into Banshees, and my turret is getting killed off. I lose a lot of drones, and Zerglings don't really work anymore, and there's a lot of stuff going different right now nowadays. And so I decided to download a bunch of replays, actually check out how LiquidSheth is going to play this matchup out. So let's actually get this game underway. We are just going to look through the vision of LiquidSheth. We are not going to take a look at Dignitas Select. That in this case will actually be his opponent. I'm going to spoil the game. Dignitas Select will go for a command center first, but I've been watching a bunch of LiquidSheth replays, and it turns out that he actually does exactly the same thing against Rex Expand as well as versus command center first. So I myself have been having a bunch of trouble in Zerg vs Terran. I'm actually not going to show you this entire game, by the way, just going to show you the opener, because in this episode we mostly want to talk about Zerg vs Terran and then the build order to use, which is of course the basic of pretty much every kind of gameplay in StarCraft 2 when you want to do it properly at least. So LiquidSheth, he's going to open up with a standard, modern standard style, which means that you do not get gas until a bunch later into the game. I was actually still opening up with an early gas, around the 18 supply mark, which was what Stefano was doing for a while. But right now at the WCS, I actually watched Stefano play, and he decided to also skip those gases early on and actually go for 4 queen play as well. So we are going to see LiquidSheth open up with something pretty damn good. So we'll see him going ahead and actually getting a 15 hatchery down, which is 100% standard at this point in time. Nothing special right there, and he's going to follow it up with a 16 spawning pool. So of course there are a lot of ways to actually play Zerg vs Terran. I'm not gonna say that this is the best build order right now, but at least it's something that a professional StarCraft 2 player does. He plays this game full time. He actually makes a living out of playing this game, and he knows how to do it properly. So I would recommend you just copy him the best you can, and after doing that you should probably see your Zerg vs Terran skyrocket if you actually manage to do it properly, or in general properly. So he's going to go ahead and actually get a 16 spawning pool up right there. So right now he's at 15 out of 18 supply, making some more drones. And with this next drone that he actually makes after building this spawning pool, he actually rallies this one to the watchtower. He does that on a bunch of maps, but I've noticed he does it at least on Alhena. He does it a lot on Shakur's Plateau, and on those maps on Antigua Shipyard he would probably do it as well, even though I didn't catch any replays of him playing this matchup in the last few weeks. But he's going to, after making the spawning pool, the next drone he's going to use to scout out the watchtower. And let's actually check if my music on. No, it wasn't on, so here we go. Let's listen to the sexy music of the Zerg pieces. So he's just going to put this drone at the watchtower right now. He's not going to actually scout with that. He's just going to put it at the watchtower to see any kind of SCV or marine incoming. So he knows there's gonna be pressure, or if there's not gonna be pressure. So here we go. He's just gonna park it right there for a little bit, check out if something is there, and he actually sends it back right away. On some maps actually he decides to leave it there for about a minute or a half. I don't really know exactly, but he leaves it there for quite some time. So as you could see, he actually follows it up with a 17 Overlord right there. And as soon as the spawning pool finishes, you should notice he doesn't still have any gas guys up. So he will have enough minerals to start a queen right away in his main, as well as in his natural. And an important thing to note right now is that LiquidSheth has 16 drones, two rows of 8 drones in his main right there. This is actually huge. A lot of Zerg players actually underestimate this. You need to have equal saturation in all your bases, because if you get 4 more in this base and you actually have 20, it will be a little bit more efficient to mine in your main, but it will be much more efficient to actually send those 4 extra drones to the natural, because 16 drones actually means that you have 2 workers per mineral patch, which will be the ideal situation with the least delay. So Don't underestimate this. Always go for full saturation in a base, then rally to another base. So yeah, in this game, he will scout the command center first by Dignity Select, but it's not really important. He's just going to open up the exact same thing versus one Rex expand, as well as versus command center first. So here we go. He's going to start double queen right now, and right after starting the double queen, he also gets one set of Zerglings up. So only 2 Zerglings up. He's going to use those Zerglings just for scouting, just 100% for scouting. That's all you need him for. So as you can see, he already followed up by a 26 Overlord, and as soon as this first queen spawns, he's actually going to start another queen right away. Here we go. First queen spawns, he injects with it, starts the next queen, and walks this one to the natural. Of course, still making loads and loads of drones. Same thing goes for the natural queen. He also starts another queen right there. He's actually getting his 4th queen up already, and the next important timing right now, while he is actually following this this SCV with the Zerglings that he made, is the 5-minute mark. If you're not using this clock in the bottom left corner, you really should start using it, because it's really useful. As you can see right there, right now we are at 4 minutes and 55 seconds. As soon as we are at 5 minutes into the game, you're actually going to start double gas guys. So in this game, I believe he was a few seconds late. Doesn't really matter that much, but as you can see, 1 gas geyser in the main, 1 in the natural, while he's poking with the Zerglings. But yeah, he's going to start double gas geyser right away. So right now he's just going to make more drones, more overlords, and with the initial queens that he made, he's actually going to go ahead and lay down a bunch of creep tumors already to start spreading creep and to defend this area right there. As you can see, the main queen already spawned. He's going to keep this one right here to actually inject a lot, and he will use those queens mainly dedicated to creep spread and transfusing and that kind of stuff, and the other 2 queens that he will be making for injecting. So here we go, he's actually going to, the next queen is going to spawn as well, and he's going to put drones into those gas geysers right away. So the next important timing is actually quite a bunch later. Right now he has double gas geyser going, and at this point he's just making drones and a lot of overlords. As you can see, he can add a few more drones right now in his middle or in his main base, because he has this gas geyser going, meaning 1 drone is gone away and 3 in the gas geyser, so he can add up 4 extra drones right there. As you can see, LiquidSheth isn't even playing it perfectly either, but he's still a professional player, so there's a lot of stuff that you can do. But as you can see, the 3rd hatchery went down, and actually, let's go back a little bit into the game, and let's talk about that timing for just a little bit. So the 5-minute mark is where he got those both gas geysers going up. At this point in time, he's just going to make drones, and since he's having a lot of minerals to spend because of all the drones he made early on and the lack of gas early on, he will have enough minerals around the 6-minute mark to start a 3rd base. So at the 6-minute mark, he actually sends a drone from his natural. He's going to guard it a little bit with his queen as best as they can, and he's going to start this at 6 minutes right there. So he's actually not going to go for any kind of big attack anymore, or he's actually not going to go for any kind of big economy anytime soon. What LiquidSheth will do in pretty much every game in Zerg vs Terran is go for a Ling, baneling, roach attack early on versus the Terran. So as you can see, right now his first 100 gas is going to be spent on the metabolic boost upgrade. And what he will do at the same time as starting the metabolic boost upgrade for his Zerglings is actually going for a Roach Warren. As you can see, he's also trying to scout with those Zerglings that he made. This is still the early Zergling that he made, and he sees this combination right there going up for Dignity Select. So what he's going to do is actually spawn pretty much the same in every Zerg vs Terran. He's going to make a Roach Warren at the same time as starting his Zergling speed. And what this will mean is that he can make a bunch of overlords. As you can see, he's already making 3 overlords right now. And this is an important timing at this point. He's not adding on any more drones right now. As you can see, he has pretty much full saturation in his main, or in his natural. He's being a little bit short in his main, but that's not the most important part. He's just going to make a bunch of Zerglings right now, but he will be safe against any kind of aggression because of those 2 queens that are still threatening creep. But he's not making any drones right now. So as you can see, on the top right corner of the screen right now, he is at 700 minerals already, 700 minerals and 250 gas. Just going to defend using a few Zerglings, but mostly using his queens, saving up everything for this Roach Warren to finish up right now. So there we go, Roach Warren is finished up. And as you could have noticed already, he built a few overlords during the time this Roach Warren was building. And what this will mean is that his inject spot just popped off, and he can start a lot of roaches right away. As you can see, 11 roaches on the production tab. And what he's going to do right now is reinforce all those roaches with a lot of Zerglings. He's just going to make Zergling, Zergling, Zergling after those roaches. And what he will do is actually push with everything that he can. While he's making all those roaches, he also adds up a baneling nest. And what he will do right now is actually his Zergling speed is about to finish. His roaches are on the map right now, and he's going to push with a really strong timing, and he does it in most Zerg vs Terran games. He's actually still spreading the creep, but as you think of it, at this point in time is when the first Banshee can come out. Of course, in this game, Dignitas Select isn't really the player to do that, but this will work in most Zerg vs Terran cases. He's just going to get a little bit aggressive with the Zerglings, not going to waste any though, because his baneling nest is just not done yet. So as you can see, the roaches are marching across the map right now. This third base is just right now standing there as a third base. He's not doing anything with them. And as soon as he starts morphing banelings, which is just about now, he will actually soon stop making units altogether. As you can see, he's not going for an all-in build. This altogether right here is going to do a lot of damage, and it has to do damage, else LiquidSheth will be behind. But as you can see, he's just going to march into the natural. And right now it's important to take a look at the production tab right there. He is going to wait for it. He's going to make drones. This is genius, guys. He is actually putting up so much aggression right now. He's not having any kind of tech up. He's using a lot of queens for creep spread, as you can see right there. But while all this aggression is going on, which you can do easily versus any kind of build order of the Terran, he's going to drone up this third base. As you can see, the natural, well, he's actually going to re-rally them really soon, but he's going to rally every new drone to his natural, or to his third base, while he's attacking the Terran player. And he's doing so much damage here right now. He's actually not going to waste anything. As you can see, he's just doing pressure, basically everything he can to actually do pressure to his Terran opponent. And this is most likely one of the most effective ways to deal with the modern Terran style. Because when you think of it, this kind of play will actually put you ahead early on, which will just make everything that the Terran can do so much weaker. So as you can see, the pressure isn't really well done at all. He could have actually put the banelings in front and micro this a lot better, but he's actually droning up this base really hardcore right now. Once he actually loses this army right here while killing a lot of SCVs, let's actually take a look at it. He killed only 4 in this game, but I know in a lot of other cases he will kill a lot more. He's just going to make a few Zerglings and morph a few banelings to prevent any kind of counterattack. And this way, he will be safe versus 100% of the build orders that the Terran player can do. I haven't really seen a game where this is like left doing no damage at all. This is actually really little damage, only doing a little bit of damage to the Terran player. And normally he would actually make the attack here last a little bit longer so he can drone up a little bit harder. I've watched about 6 replays of LiquidSheth, I think, and he does this basically in every single game. Of course, this will be safe against any kind of bunker rush, against 2 Rex rush, because of the early queens that will be out, and it's really strong with all this creep spread. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of StarCraft II Study. As always, the description of this video will show you the build order, so you don't need to write it down yourself. You just can open up in a notepad and actually read it yourself, or alt tab during the game, or put it on your second monitor, which is something that I do. And please leave me a comment of what you think of this episode of StarCraft II Study. As you can see, well, he's going to do a little bit of aggression, but yeah, that's not going to do much. So I want to thank you all for watching. Please follow me on Twitter, on Facebook, and I also started live streaming lately. All those links you can find in the description of this video. I'm actually trying to provide daily live streams as well as videos on StarCraft 2 every other day again. So yeah, I'm trying to provide a lot of content for you guys, and I hope you will enjoy it. So I want to thank you all for watching. Not going to finish this game, however, because it's really no use to checking it out. And yeah, I want to thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and I see you again. Bye!